all the research says that children who start to have conversations with their parents about sexuality and relationships in a way that is positive and supportive have a much easier time going through puberty and initiating their exploration of intimacy. So you're not damaging your kid, even if they are the most embarrassed and the most shouty teen when you attempt to have these conversations. These conversations are easiest to start when our kids are 3 and 4 and 5. And when I say that, I'm not talking about having conversations about intercourse with 3, 4 and 5-year-olds. I'm talking about setting the culture in your house. That means you can talk about bodies and the names for body parts and set yourself up to be the adult that talks about these things. Because when you do that, you prevent that really awkward conversation that you end up having to have with them when they're 9, 10, 11, 12 and maybe older. It's not just a one-off conversation. This is an ongoing culture that you develop in your house. You can't just focus on the negativities, because young people understand that the reason why we all engage in sexual or intimate contact is because if it's consensual, it's pleasurable, it's something that we're exploring because it's new and interesting. A lot of the people around us are talking about it, and we are naturally wanting to explore this, and young people know that. And so if as parents we are coming in just firing on all cylinders about all the negative stuff about sexuality and all the negative stuff about porn, they're going to start tuning us out. So as a parent, how is it possible for you to start talking about the things that make sexuality positive? You could start by just making a simple statement, which is, do you know what I learned today? That parents don't talk enough to their kids about how enjoyable and fun sex can be. Sorry about that. I realized I've been making that mistake too. You will probably be feeling embarrassed, and your young person will probably be feeling embarrassed too. And if no one talks about the embarrassment, it becomes the elephant in the room. So when these conversations begin, you can just lead off by saying, I'm afraid I'm a bit embarrassed about this, because I haven't talked about it before, even though I should have, and I'm sorry about that. And then instead of being in lecturing mode where you are saying to them, I know what's right and I'm going to give you this information and you have to listen to it, engage them in collaboration. So you can start the conversation by saying, I now realize that young people who have accurate information and a trusted adult that they can speak to about sex and relationships, those kids have a better job of growing up and developing their intimate lives. So let's talk together to work out how is the best way for you to get that information and to have an adult you can trust.